I'd like to describe for you now what is a special needs trust. You may have heard of a special needs trust. This is basically a trust for a disabled person, which can hold any amount of money for that person's benefit, and it still doesn't interfere with their needs-based public benefits. So it's really nice. You can have your cake and you can eat it too. The child can be provided for with public benefits, but they still have the safety net of funds that can be used for their benefit. So how does this work? So again, it's a trust, which means you set it up. Somebody's the settlor, somebody's creating it, typically the parents or grandparents. Somebody's the trustee, usually it's the parents or grandparents to begin with. And then somebody's the beneficiary, and that would be the disabled child. Now, a special needs trust, in my opinion, should always be irrevocable. That's because the Department of Healthcare Services or the Social Security Administration will receive a copy of this trust upon the death of both parents. And they want to make sure that nobody can change it, that nobody can fiddle with it or allow the beneficiary more power than they need. And what does that mean? Well, the reason why a special needs trust works is because the trustee can never be the disabled beneficiary. That means the beneficiary can't control the money, they can't demand the money, it's not like an ATM card. And because they don't have direct access to the money, it doesn't count as their money. So with some public benefits like SSI and Medi-Cal in California, the disabled person needs to have under $2,000 of countable assets, hardly anything at all. Or if it goes over that amount, they would lose their access to the income stream of SSI and their health insurance, which could be deadly, right? So instead, what we do is we set up the special needs trust, and upon the two, or one or two, the settler's death, all the money goes into the special needs trust for the child's benefit. But since the child can't manage it, it doesn't count towards their $2,000 resource limit. So they can continue to receive SSI and Medi-Cal. Now, one fallacy, I think, is that special needs trusts are very limited and you can only use them for certain, these tiny certain things. I don't think so. I think if you set up a special needs trust correctly, it can be used for any number of things. Like if your child really loves to go to the Special Olympics or to Disneyland, the money can be used for that. It's anything to improve their quality of life. We want to improve their quality of life and maximize their independence to the best available means. So you can imagine that one of the really important decisions in setting up a special needs trust is who is going to act as trustee. This is a very important and difficult decision because this is really the surrogate financial you, the surrogate financial parent. This is the person who should be doing financial projections over that child's lifetime to make sure that there's enough money lasting for their lifetime, making decisions about management of the money in the trust, making decisions about distributions, making sure that the distributions don't interfere with their public benefits. Okay. The only limitations really with a special needs trust are you're not supposed to distribute cash directly to the beneficiary because that could count as income and it could interfere with their public benefits. And the beneficiary doesn't get to make distribution decisions. However, the trustee can choose to give the beneficiary, for example, a credit card. And then the beneficiary can use that to make payments, and then the special needs trust basically pays back the credit card. So the way it works is the trustee never pays back the beneficiary. Instead, the trustee pays the vendors directly for things that the beneficiary needs, and the money is not going through the beneficiary directly, and it doesn't count as their money. So this is really a wonderful way to support a disabled person and make sure that they have, a great amount of money for their lifetime. In the trust, you also say what happens upon the disabled person's death. Where does the remaining money go? So that's important to map out as well. Special needs trusts can be extremely successful protective instruments for your disabled loved one.